Hi, welcome back to another show. My name is Jeetu Jason, and you're watching Impact India. Let's get started with the first news, which is the medical entrance exam leak protest escalation. People are trying to march onto the PM House and Parliament. The Cockroach Janta Party is leading this. A lot has been said on this. Let me add my opinion that is, I think, novel. Let me give you a perspective that you haven't heard yet. Okay. Democracy is a form of government that does what lobbyists want really, really fast. Hold on to that thought. I've seen these kind of protests happen in India before, like during the Anna Hazare movement, which also had a fasting, an indefinite fasting. And what happened after that? You got Kejriwal. Did Delhi change drastically after that? No, it didn't. No matter which side gets elected, you're not going to get a first world infrastructure or a better life because like I said, democracy is a form of government that does what lobbyists want really, really fast. And if you're not lobbying, you're not going to get much. Okay, so power keeps changing hands. If when the left gets into power, the right protests and try to get them out of power, and when the right gets into power, the left does the same to that. Uh, Contrasting that with tyranny, which is or dictatorship, that is a form of government that does what its people want really, really fast. As long as you're lucky enough to be its people, you're safe. You will have a better life, noticeably better life. So take North Korea for example. If you are in the circle of Kim Jong Un, you will have a better life compared to others. If you're in China, if you're a Han Chinese, you will have a better life. But if you're a Uyghur Muslim, not so great. In Russia, if you're a Slavic person, your life is going to be better than Mongolians or the other races in Russia. Basically, you're cannon fodder in a war at that place. If you're in the Gulf countries, if you're an Emirati or an Arab, you would have free healthcare, free education, free everything basically, and you're basically a billionaire. And compared to expats, your life is much, much better. In Nazi Germany, if you're a white Aryan German, your life is much better than the Jews in that era. So that is the contrast here. If you are in a dictatorship, if as long as you're its people, life would be better. Even during Stalin's era, the people who are in the circle of Stalin, life was great for them, but for anyone who's outside that, life was not great for them. So if you're lucky enough to be in the circle, you're set for life. Otherwise, not so much. Now contrast that with democracy, where democracy is a form of government that does what lobbyists want really, really fast. So if you're just voting, you're unlikely to get any meaningful, tangible return on effort. Just voting isn't going to work in a democracy where no matter which democracy it is, US, Europe, India, as long as you lobby your representative, you will get what you want. Why is it so? It's because giving power to someone through voting and expecting them to give you all the goodies, all the benefits, while keeping them on a minimal peanut salary is similar to having a pet lion that you keep, or that you starve to death, and then you expect it to love you. It doesn't work like that. Human behavior or animal nature is not like, it doesn't work like that. You can't expect the when you vote for someone, you're giving them enormous power over you. But if you give them a 11 lpa or 12 lpa salary, that's basically peanuts for somebody of that caliber of that power. And then you expect them to build you a first world infrastructure. That is is not going to happen, because the incentives are not set correctly. Someone else is going to give them a top dollar, and then they're going to work for them. Okay, so this is why in all democracies what you see is, lobbyists pretty much get away with whatever they want, and you as a voter, you're the sucker in this story. You don't get what you want. That's how democracies function. So take Vijay Talapati, for example. He is a mass influence. He was an actor. As long as his money comes from you, the people, he's going to do work for you. Okay. But once he gets into power, lobbyists are going to lobby him. And then you can see slowly that his decision making shifts away from for the people to for the lobbyists. This is a predictable change for any politician in a democracy. This works like clockwork. It is highly, highly predictable. Even if somebody is good and good intent with good intention, if they start out working out for you, take Trump for example. In 2016, he did not take any money from any lobbyist. He was working for the people. But in 2024, he has lobbying money. People are lobbying for him. So he gets into power in the second attempt, and decision making is increasingly becoming for the lobbyists, which is the Jewish group, which is why you have the nuclear bomb, nucleoside bombing, and the Operation Midnight Hammer, and now you have the Iran war. Why do you have that? It's because that's what the lobbyists want. That did not happen in the first term as much. So even now, in India, it doesn't matter who you elect, as long as you are not directly lobbying him, you're not going to get what you want. That's just how the game is played. This is a new novel angle to think from. If you are interested in more of these point of views, let me know what you think. Should I get into politics, or should I stick to technology news? Or let me know what you think. I have opinions to share. If you're interested, I would like to share more about this. Now, let's get started with the next news, which is the government crackdown on Telegram over piracy. Okay, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has reportedly issued Telegram a notice giving it a 15 days to strengthen action against channels distributing pirated movies and OTT content. So I don't think it is that news. I think the reason why government is cracking down on this hard now today instead of 10 years ago, or sorry, not a few years ago, is because and using all kinds of pressure tactics to force it to bend its knee to comply with so that tracking is easier. So if the government wants to track somebody, it's easier if they have a phone number linked to an account. Otherwise, bad actors can do whatever they want and then get away with this. So the NEET PG controversy is mainly because the questions were leaked on Telegram, and now the government has an excuse to crack down on it for whatever reason. Now, for the final bit, I am looking for a co-founder. I'm trying to build a clone for Cashkaro and Social Inc. Social Inc. is a post distribution platform, and Cashkaro is a cashback reward platform. I'm trying to build two alternatives for that for me and my followers. And if you're interested in cooperating with me in being a co-founder, message me on Telegram. I'm looking for somebody who is a MERN stack engineer or a Django engineer. These are the two stacks that I'm looking into right now. I'm not typically looking for an app developer as of now, but maybe in the future I might give a call to action for that. Sorry, a shout out for that. So that's it. If you are a MERN stack engineer or a Django engineer, do reach out to me on Telegram or any of my contact channels. I will see you in the other side on the other side. Thank you. Bye.